Super Mario Odyssey, one of the games for the Nintendo Switch. Definitely a big success. You know, like I said in that video that I did that unwrapping of a Nintendo Switch, well, I've been spending most of my days playing Super Mario Odyssey. And I'll tell you what, it definitely lived up to the hype. Even though it's a game from October, sometime last year, or whenever the Switch was introduced. But I'll tell you what, me playing Super Mario Odyssey was an absolute treat. It was a treat to remember. Now, I was purposely, I'm going to tell you guys, I was purposely playing a bit slower than normal. So in that way, I could work out the year so I can get my first official video game review out for 2018. But I'll tell you what, this game was a hell of a lot of fun. Playing Super Mario Odyssey was an absolute treat. And I heard the stories that it was such an awesome game that people absolutely loved it. And I believe the hype on Super Mario Odyssey. Now, this wasn't a game I was planning on filming for people, but yes, I am aware you can connect the Switch to your TV. So I am aware of that, but I still haven't, really tried to figure that out. I'm still not sure how to take the thing apart and try to put it all on the TV. So I still haven't really worked that out. I've mostly been playing it like a DS. Or like how you would hold a controller, like something like that. Just been playing it like you would normally would play something. But I'll tell you what, Super Mario Odyssey was great. The story starts you off where Mario is battling Bowser. As you would know, the story would start off that way. And Bowser's in a very nice white suit, and he wants to marry Princess Peach. So he plans to marry Princess Peach. And Mario gets knocked away from Bowser just to build up tension that Bowser's going to marry Princess Peach. And then Mario ends up on this kingdom with darkness, and he meets a yellow hat ghost thingy by the name of Kappa. Kappa, I think that's how it's spelled. C-A-P-P-Y, yeah, Cappy. He meets a hat named Cappy. Becomes his good friend. And this is where the game's fun comes into play. You can use Cappy as your attacking item, which you can throw him up, spin him around really, really fast, throw him at things. And what was one of the biggest things I really loved about the game is that if you throw Cappy, you throw your hat at like an animal, you can transform into that animal. The first thing you transform into is a frog. And it was absolutely awesome. It was absolutely awesome. I really, really loved that. So basically you're going through all these kingdoms, and you're collecting power moons, as they're called. And the more you gather, the more it powers up the Odyssey. So basically, the name of the game, Super Mario Odyssey, is basically that thing that you're boosting up in the game, that you're powering all these power moons off of. So you make this thing fly. That is the Odyssey, and that was pretty cool. So, and also you meet these bunny people who think work for Bowser. I'm not 100% sure if they do, but they have a vendetta against you, and they want to defeat you. Obviously, you've got to defeat them. Going through all these kingdoms was actually pretty fun. you know, going through the desert, where the desert, when you go to the desert, deserts are supposed to be hot, but then when you arrive at the desert, it's incredibly cold, and you got to get all these power moons to return it back to its peaceful state. I really like how you can become a bullet bill and become all these other cool things, and it's really, really cool. It's really cool how you can transform into things. And you can transform into these statues that have glasses, and if you put the glasses on, you see all these visions of all these invincible things, invincible footpaths. And I really liked that. That was really cool. I really liked that as well. And so it was a hell of a lot of fun, and definitely my favorite one was definitely the city, where you go into this big city, and you're basically solving this problem, and yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. And then you had this girl singing a theme song in the background. She's like singing in the background. And what another thing is, I forgot to mention this. Another cool thing is that you can become 8-bit Mario. You go through your pipe and you can turn into 8-bit Mario, and the music turned 8-bit. Oh my god, the music becomes 8-bit when you go into 8-bit version of Mario. It's unbelievable how much work Nintendo put into this game, and it was really cool. People who have played this game would know what I'm talking about. Like you're in 8-bit Mario, and this girl is singing, and you're basically playing Mario versus Donkey Kong, which was so cool. Now, I've never played Mario vs. Donkey Kong. I'm aware of the game's existence, and I know it was one of the most legendary games back in the olden days, where the arcade days, but man, wasn't this... But man, oh man, this game was just so good. I don't really have much bad things to say about this game, to be honest with you. There's not a lot of bad. Just a lot of good. And I can't believe how much good was in this game. Super Mario Odyssey was just unbelievable. I really enjoyed the game. It was just so much fun. And it was just so cool how you can just transform into things like Bullet Bills, Hammer Bros. You got all these kingdoms, and you got to go around collecting power moons. It's just cool. But if there was one thing, the only time I ever struggled was when you would defeat Bowser for the first time, and then he sends you to this lost kingdom. He basically knocks you off and goes to this lost kingdom. Now, this was just stupidity on my part. I didn't know what the heck I was meant to do up to that point. Until I realized that these stairways that have some kind of thing on them. Because I had the assist arrows on, just to assist to see where I was going. And I didn't understand what these arrows were on about, like facing towards this thing that was on the ground. So I got completely confused. And I just checked a quick video just to see what you're supposed to do. And sure enough, you're supposed to ground pound those things. You're supposed to ground pound the steps. And I must say, I was pretty annoyed by that, how I didn't figure that out. So I was quite annoyed. By that. So yeah, and also you can also become these long, stretchy things, which is really entertaining. That was actually pretty entertaining and cool. How you can become these long, stretchy things. The basics of the transformations is possibly the one thing that made Odyssey such a fun game to play. So in the end, you go to the moon. You go to the moon to try and stop Bowser from marrying marrying Peach. And I must say, the final battle was pretty cool. The final battle was really cool. It's basically the same thing as the first one, but I think the only changes to it is that he throws spiky things that are on fire, and you gotta put on his hat that has the punching boxing gloves, which is really funny. It's really funny how you got a hat with punching bags. And yeah, I must say, the boss didn't kill me. I took a couple of hits here and there. You know, it was pretty challenging, but in the end, you beat Bowser, and then Mario and Bowser in the final scene. But actually, before I get to the final scene, the final cutscene of the entire game, what I found really entertaining is that, like, the entire place is corrupting, and you need to decide on what, and Peach is trying to figure out, what are you meant to do, what are we going to do now, because you think you're gonna die. And then and what I found hilarious is that the key of surviving was that you had to throw your hat and become Bowser. That was so cool. That was so cool. The ending is that you become Bowser, and you got the hat on, and you see Bowser with a mustache. It was so hilarious. You become Bowser, and then Peach is like on your shoulders, and then here you are as Bowser, scratching and clawing your way through all these platforms. It was such a cool way to end the game. You becoming Bowser. The one person who keeps trying to kill you is the problem solver to the end of the game, which is so cool. That was just so cool. So then by the end, then once you escape, Bowser and Mario then, you know, pull out some flowers. Well, Bowser has like piranha plants, and Mario has like a fire flower thing in his hand, trying to see who is Peach going to marry and all that shit. But then Peach just basically ignores the both of them, heads to the Odyssey, and Mario, using the moon's gravity, jumps up, kicks Bowser in the face, and then lands in the Odyssey and leads back. That was really funny, and I'll tell you what, like I said, this game was absolutely incredible. I really loved Super Mario Odyssey. I do apologize, I'm filming this a bit late. I was thinking of filming this as soon as I finished it, but just had a lot of things on. I just didn't have enough time to do it. I was thinking of doing it yesterday as well, but anyway, so yeah, that has been my Super Mario Odyssey review. I've pretty much talked what I can talk about. I do like all the new kingdoms and all the new challenges and all the things you can transform into. It's such a great game. Such a great game. Such an awesome game. It's hard not to stop playing. It's such a great game. You can keep playing. It's replayable. This game is has so much potential to be replayable. Now, this video is going to be put up at midnight, so it's technically going to be coming up tomorrow. I'm going to be posting this up at midnight, so technically tomorrow. But you will be seeing this video, and hopefully you all enjoyed this little review. And I will see you all, I guess, maybe if I've got more discussions on my mind. I think I have one on my mind, but not sure. I think I've got a couple more discussions on my mind, or maybe some news if I can think of any possible news reports that are going around right now. But right now, I think I don't really have much. So this is going to be my only video for now. And I hope you all had fun. I hope you all had a good time doing what you've been doing. And yeah, thank you all for tuning into this video, and hope you all enjoy. I had a lot of fun playing Super Mario Odyssey, and I will see you in the next video. Hit that like button, comment down below your thoughts, subscribe, hit the bell, and I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye, everybody. Also, New Japan Pro Wrestling was actually pretty good. I actually did watch that. See yas.